I've waited years for Starfield to arrive and I got my hands on the game. Finally, we can play it and I can give you my honest opinion about this game. So these are my early impressions after 50 hours of gameplay so far. At the moment of recording this video, I'm closer to 60 hours. But before I say anything else, I want to make one thing clear. I can't compare Starfield with No Man's Sky. While Starfield shares many of the features of No Man's Sky, Starfield is something else. It's an RPG at core with a space theme second. And No Man's Sky is the opposite. It's a space exploration game at first and everything else is an afterthought. Back in June 2022 when Bethesda showed the gameplay reveal trailer of Starfield, the game appeared to me as a sci-fi space exploration game, similar to Star Citizen or No Man's Sky. But after playing Starfield for more than 50 hours, I think Starfield has a lot heavier focus on RPG aspects versus space exploration. In that sense, it's fair to say Starfield is Fallout in space or Skyrim in space because at its core, it's a Bethesda RPG. This is a slight disappointment for me personally as a sci-fi fan and as someone who was excited to have a seamless space exploration experience, but I will try to explain why it's not a major problem. So first, let's talk about some of the bad stuff in the game. There are some technical issues, the graphics, the textures, the animations of the NPCs are inconsistent and range from looking pretty good to looking extremely bad. The map and UI, I think that's annoying. The map, it doesn't even exist. I find it hard to find locations on the map or move around the map. I basically end up selecting a mission or side mission from the missions tab, press Y to find the location on the map and try to fast travel to that location or location close to the area I want to go to as a workaround for the lack of a map. Another thing I don't like is all the loading screens. Almost any locations you enter has a loading screen. I don't understand why Bethesda and Xbox haven't used the benefits of the Xbox Series X and S SSD. Don't get me wrong, it's not super bad, but it's annoying at times. And another thing is seamless space exploration. Seamless exploration is a myth, or at least a topic of discussion, because there's a live stream video of someone that has managed to travel to Pluto in 7 hours. It kind of works and it kind of doesn't, but the point is that it's not unparalleled space travel, as Todd Howard has said. What you have is some space combat missions here, space travel through jumps, speed of light travel, selecting targets on planets and landing cutscenes. However, when you land on a planet, everything is pretty much seamless. These are tiles with boundaries instead of seamless planet exploration, and as I mentioned, loading times. Now, having said all that, in my experience, I haven't seen a boundary anywhere on the planets. In one of the game sessions, I was on Mars and tried to reach the boundary of the tile. After walking, running, jumping for 40 plus minutes, instead I found a massive space station with an underground base. That was awesome. So, my experience might not be yours, but I want to be fair to Bethesda and point this out. So how do I play Starfield and what are the great aspects of this game? How the game was marketed to me and how the game actually is slightly different. As I pointed out, the game is RPG at core versus a space exploration game. As Todd Howard used to say, the space game. I play it more like a hardcore RPG and explore the planets and don't care much about the limitations of the game so far. My routine is almost as real life. I'm waking up, drinking some coffee, going to the city, doing some story missions or side missions. I travel to another planet if I want to or need to for a mission, and end my game session with coming back to the city. Neon is one of my favorite cities, drinking a few beers in the lounge or bar, talking with some interesting characters, sleep and repeat. I feel like it's a GTA 5 in space. So it's super awesome in that regard. While the game has some limitations when it comes to space exploration, which is a point of discussion in all fairness, and has disappointed me in that regard, the better aspects of the game have the overtone. As an RPG, I say this is one of the best games this year and the best RPG Bethesda has ever made. Yes, I even think it's better than Oblivion, Skyrim and Fallout. I enjoy collecting stuff in the game as well as skilling up and buying better gear. But Starfield is a lot more than just an RPG. Starfield has a lot of other game mechanics. Starfield has also first-person shooting gameplay, third-person shooting gameplay, You can follow main missions or side missions and have a blast. At times, I forget this game is an RPG or space sim. The shooting gameplay is extremely enjoyable, as well as exploring the cities like a Grand Theft Auto game. Starfield has base building, ship building, and tons of other content to discover. So far, I've visited 4 major cities: Aquila, Neon, New Atlantis, and Cydonia. I enjoy exploring the cities and talking with characters and NPCs, and I think if you invest some time in the game, you'll see many interesting characters. So if you add all of this, I think Starfield is truly overwhelming. I've played around 60 hours so far at the time of recording this video and haven't even explored most major cities, let alone all the planets. Every day I find something new in the game. For example, I was walking around in Neon last night and found a ghetto, another city within the city, so that was truly epic. What I truly love about Starfield is the peaceful moments on the planets without life. The soundtrack is great in all of the game, but especially on these lifeless planets. As you wander around on these planets and stare at the awesome sky above you, you hear this majestic music. It's almost an emotional journey through space and time. So what is my plan? I'm planning to explore all the planets, all the cities, finish the main story, write a proper review, and I hope that this video was helpful to you. So if you like content like this, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.